Islam family, I'm here with all my bruises and mental health issues. I said mental health, I meant physical health. For the past week I've been nursing a cold that I got from someone around the weekend. Last weekend I got a cold from someone, and now I'm all achy and I can't really talk, right? But this is the best I've been able to do without having the whooping cough. So I apologize for not sounding myself, and I also apologize for not being able to talk without coughing in between my coughing. So I do apologize for that. I said I was going to come here at 12:45. At my place of employment, I had a fire drill, which kind of slowed me down. Plus, I had to go send out some stuff for the Moorish American Consulate to some of the individuals that have sent me documentation and proclamations and name corrections and all the whatnot. So I had a little bit of stuff to do, y'all. So I kind of am later than I wanted to be here, but I am here nonetheless. So Islam, peace and love. I know today is the moon day, Monday. High emotions are on this lovely day. Yes, I did make it. I'm like, it's a beautiful day. We had a crazy week. We had a lot of rain. Plus, I was sick all week. So I wasn't able to really come online, even though I really wanted to come online and talk to y'all. But I had to kind of get myself back in positive spirits from this sickness. Like I said, it's been a week, and this is the best I've felt in that week. So Islam, peace and love, family. I'm here for any Moors that want to nationalize. I got documentation and paperwork for you. But I'm also here to talk to my family. You know, I know everybody's, thinking and bringing high spirits and positive thoughts in regards to Asayin Tabajat Bey, on Facebook known as OT Bey. But his Moorish appellation is Asayin Tabajat Bey. That's who he is. So I like calling people by their natural Moorish titles. You see the beautiful little baby? And that's what I'm going to refer to our brother, popularly known as OT Bey. I want to talk about tying your camel. What do I mean when I say tie your camel? You have to tie your camel. Family, the Moorish American Consulate is here as your beacon light. It is here to unify the Moors, to stop the schisms, to stop the fear, to stop the uncertainty, as well as to take responsibility for self, family. We have to take responsibility for the things we've done prior to nationality, the things we're doing in regards to nationality, and the things that we're going to do in the future. We are held to everything. Islam Amate, peace and love to you. How you doing, Zadie? You're going to always get Moors, whether they're nationalized, denationalized, cowards, live in fear, courageous, fearless. At the end of the day, we have to do what's best for ourselves. Self. When a prophet came back, he said, I came here to teach you Moors first, but I am a universal prophet, but I came to you Moors first to teach you to be yourself and not to be living in fear, because to be Moor is to be fearless. Can't claim to be a Moor if you got fear. What is fear? I keep talking about this, but do we really know what that is? Do we really know what fear is? And I'm not showing you my face because I might push it back, so you maybe I'll do it once. I'll do it once, y'all. I'll do it once, y'all. Here I am. This is Sharon. I look a little congested and nasally, but I want to show you the beauty of the world that we miss because we get so caught up. We get so caught up in our own minds. I'm trying to get you to stop being so caught up in your minds and your perceptions of what you think reality is, because your perception of reality is not the reality. Your minds have been compromised, and that means your thoughts are compromised. That also means your emotions are compromised, right? And when I talk about tying your camel, you cannot profess to be a Moor You cannot actually you can profess it, but what do you have to do to manifest it? You gotta get it out your mind, right? You already know it's there. It's in the mind. It's in the thoughts. You gotta put it in the scribe. You gotta put that writ. You have to put that pen to paper and make that declaration and that proclamation to your ancestors, to your mother, to your divine, because guess what? That is who you need to realign yourself with first. You need to reattach yourself to your ancestry, your culture, your heritage. That's what the proclamations and the name corrections are for. They're for your salvation. And it is through that exorcism and that proclamation and that display is how you're going to realign yourself back to mother, and how she can reconnect with you, and how she can assist you in getting rid of the social engineering within you. But some of this work is individual. That means turning off the TV, because that has been the number one source of your miseducation, family. Because right now, in the past, you've taken that as knowledge. You've taken that as education. And it was the very mechanism, the very tool that was used to denationalize you. You got rap videos, you got black shows, you got people calling you black all over the damn place, y'all. And you've never rebutted that. You've never rebutted it. The Moorish American Consulate, me, Sharon Tracy Galbay, Moorish American, is trying to get you to rebut that. It's to tell them you are not a 14th Amendment citizen. You are not under the U.S. Corporation. You are a Moorish American in Morocco, and you're on your own land, and you do not, and those codes that are commerce does not apply to you, the natural being. And you got to feel this in your heart and in your soul and in your spirit. And you got to walk this line, babies. You think you have a choice. You have none. Actually, there's two things you can choose as the Asiatic woman and the Asiatic man. You can choose. See this path? This is a path. This is the path to Rome. This is the path each and every one of us at one point of time has been walking down. That path. Family, you have to turn around and you have to go back. Prophet Noble Jew Ali came here to take you off of this path. And you see the other two intersections? You see that intersection right here? You see this intersection? Those are the distractions. Because literally, you're going straight down this road. You're going straight down this road, and guess where that's leading you? To Rome. It's leading you to death. And then you got that intersection where the distractions come in. You got UCC down one area, and then down the other area, you got everything else. Call it Pan-Africanism. Call it whatever you like. You got to go back, family. You got to come back to mommy. You got to come back to the divine. You got to come back to yourself. You can continue. Keep in mind, you do have options. You can continue down that road. You can make this change this way. You can go this way, and you can come back. But every road leads somewhere, family. LOL, look at the baby playing in the water. Look at you. Just see how she got distracted, y'all? I'm trying to make a message, and Amadhe just got distracted. You see how easy it is, right? But the point I'm trying to make to you, family, yeah, all right. The point I'm trying to make to you, family, is this is the road to Rome. That's UCC. That's Pan-Africanism. This is back home to self, right? You got to realize that. You got to realize you ain't really got no other option. You can either go die down this road, take a longer way to die down that road, take a longer way to die down that road, or come back to yourself, which is salvation, which is reconnection to the divine, right? So when I say tying our camel, what are some examples do you think that means? That means when you profess and proclaim through your mouth, through the words, through your heart, your spirit, and your mind that you are a Moorish American, the next thing is to profess it and scribe it and sign it with your red pen as that natural living being, and then put your thumbprint on there, right? And then send it off to get connected to the Moorish American Consulate. Because then when anything happens to any one of you, not saying that it will, not wishing it to happen, we can back you. We have documentation of you doing that. You proclaiming and you professing. Because without actually doing that, what are we trying to do? We are a court of record. Every municipality is not a court of record. They ain't going to keep record of the fraud. They're going to sit here and try to keep you in there as their ward. They're not going to put your Moorish appellation in the on a citation, because they only can treat to the corporate body, the corporate being, the straw man that was created when you were born by the birth certificate and the social security number. Because that's all they can interfere with is in commerce, because they can't interfere outside of that because they don't have no jurisdiction, and the only jurisdiction that they have is the one you give them through contracting. So why do I have to say these things? Why do I have to help you complete something that is basic within you? And you know what to do, family. Why do I have to do this? Because I love you, I do this. Because I want to see our people, all of our people, make it. I want to see them. I've already talked about OT Bay. I'm not going to keep talking about OT Bay because our people need to stop projecting and deal with their own. OT Bay is fine. Asayin Tabajat Bay is fine, and his situation is being worked on by the Moorish American Consulate. It is being worked on. He is my brother. You are my brother. We need to come together and support one another and stop looking for a reason to go into our low vibratory rate, to go back into that black status, because that's who the hell we are deep inside. Because I can honestly tell you, Moors, many of you are black inside. If you're projecting only hate, if you're projecting only conflict, if you're projecting only schism, you live and dwell there. And I don't dwell there, family. I live in the land of the living. And I suggest you come and live in the land of living with me. OT Bay is fine. OT Bay is fine. But his name is Asayin Tabajat Bay. He is Asayin Tabajat Bay. I suggest we all Moors who say that we're Moors identify as the natural being and drop the tags. You have to drop the tags, family. I can't do the work for you. All I can do is walk you down the path. You see that baby? You see the baby? She's a baby wondering where to go. What is she to do? Her mom's back there. But it's up to her to decide where she want to go, right? Ultimately, because even though we come into this being, into this manifestation, through the stargates of our mother, we come through that stargate, right? At the end of the day, she is supposed to teach. Mama is supposed to teach us. Our mothers are supposed to teach us our culture, our heritage, as well as who we are. And that is where mother has been lacking in her duty. And sons and daughters of mothers who have not passed this information down, we owe you. And the only way we can do, the only thing we can do is look forward and fix it by coming back from this path to Rome and going back to ancestry. Educating our children in the fundamentals of their heritage, their Asiatic, Aboriginal, Indigenous heritage. So they're not going down all of these useless roads leading nowhere. Nationals do not nationals do not abbreviations. We have to say what we mean and mean what we say. Islam. We have to say who we are. That's the biggest proclamation you can do on social media, by changing your appellations or your screen names or whatever the heck they call them on Facebook, and being who you are. You see mine's is Sharon Tracy Galbay. Sharon Tracy Galbay. And yours should be whatever your Moorish appellation is. So I know who I'm speaking to at all times. Half of the time I don't know who I'm speaking with, because people have so many avatars, so many hidden names, all the crossroads, right? You see, son, he coming back. He came back. See, look. You see how easy that is to come back to self? It is very, very easy. Based on Asayin Tabajat Bay, everybody's concerned with him. The Moorish American Consulate definitely appreciates your concern, but your concern should never go from concern to bashing to negative, low vibratory rates, because that's one way to get me to delete you off my timeline. Because like I said, I'm serious. This is what it is. You can keep sitting here doing it on your own, going through all these different roads all you like. That is your choice. You are free to do whatever it is that you want to do. Just know there are things comes with that. At the end of the day, we all have to turn back from that road to Rome and come back to self. If we want salvation, if we want to still have a breath, if we want to still be living. Because the reality is, while you go down the path to Rome, you are black. I don't care what you think. And I'm not here to stroke anybody's ego. I'm not here to be prideful or boastful. None of those things. I'm here to show love and concern. But as a mother, I also show people the error of their ways. And I hope you would do the same for me, considering you say you love me. And if we all come from the same mother and one mother has given us suck, how dare we not be there for one another? And only can come when we would view it as a controversy, right? But always keep in mind, Allah knows best. Allah is teaching and training, as well as going to put obstacles in your way to see if you're really about this life, or if you're playing, or if you're trying to find a way to save yourself and it's all about you. It ain't really about the people, the family. So like I said, nationality is the order of the day. Not only do you have to have nationality, you have to have it documented, so when you are confronted, you have the information that you need, right? And I was actually talking to Zachariah Bey earlier, another consul who's commissioned through the Moorish American Consulate. Congratulations. And together we're going to come up with a training for you individuals, how to proceed and how to be an propria persona and travel on your ancestral land. But keep in mind, we just had the signing on Friday, the very same day Asayin Tabajat Bey was kidnapped by Maryland Corporation. He was kidnapped. He stated for the record who he was. He said, I am Asayin Tabajat Bey, Moorish American. Y'all saw the video. A lot of people saw it. He said he did what he was supposed to do. They violated him. And this is why the Moorish American Consulate is here. So we can make the rules and hold all of these foreign corporations to the law. We have 4 judges that were selected that same very night. One is Shalimar Bey, Judge Shalimar Bey, Judge Jamal, Judge Lai Tajiri Bey, and Judge Taj Tariq Bey. Right? So we are forming the judiciary so we can put the appropriate individuals on notice. There's processes, family. You have to keep in mind, you have been outside of every process known to man and have only been doing commerce since you were born up until the time that you nationalized, just so you know. So things are not the way you have been educated to believe that they are. Ask yourself this: why is it when you go to traffic court, which is commerce court, you don't see any other nations represented in those bleachers or those pews but black people or white people? That's all you see. You don't see any other nation. Guess why? Because they got consulates. Guess why? Because they know how to act like family. Guess why? Because they keep all of their finances in their hereditaments in their family. I'm telling you, when Prophet Noble Drew Ali said that he came back to get us out of our sin, he was not lying. Hi, Zachariah Bey, L. I was just talking about you. I must have spoke you up. Me and Zachariah are going to come up with a travel class. Your travel rights, to have these specific essential documents with you. But guess what's the first document that should be in that little legal size pamphlet? The first document should be your nationality, a copy, not the original, a copy of your nationality paperwork. That should be the first document within it. The second one should be commission letters. If you are a consul, your commission letter is in there, as well as essential other documentation. because we're dealing in international law here, family. And you have all the law on your side. You just need to know how to wield it and when to wield it. And when you're saying that you have the right to travel and showing identification is not unlawful, is not something you are required to do by law, you need to be able to quote the case. The case is going to be in the travel documents, because we need to give you this information, because I can't be there when you are stopped by the highwaymen. I'm not going to be there. So you're going to be able to have to stand on your own knowledge and your own concepts that you know at that particular time, especially if you're going to be traveling without a license, especially if you're going to be traveling without registration or any of those other things. If you're going to travel like that, you got to know how to travel like that. You understand me? And even if you know how to travel like that, who's to say you're still not going to be violated? Because like I said, they are going to do whatever they can do to try to get you to keep your butt sitting down, because they live through you. You are the booty and the prize. And the moment you stop fucking realizing that, you're already dead. You're already gone. The reasons we're in this mess is because we have been complying. The reasons why we're here is because we have been ignorant. The reasons why they feel so arrogant is because 99.9% of our people have been complying. As well as they want to put some evidence, and they want to make you scared, people. They want you to stay in your root chakra so you don't get your butt up and do your job. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, family? This is serious. This is real. You can't be playing with your nation and your nationality or the laws of the land. They've been playing. Right? When you stand up, they got to sit down. That's why they mad. Because they live completely based on your ignorance. And that's it. And that's all, family. So when I say tie your camel, tie your camel. Stop acting like you have all the time in the world to do everything. No, you do not. Get your proclamations and your name corrections done. You don't need me to do them for you. You can go right to RV Bay Publications, print out those documents on legal paper, and fill them out and send them in to me or RV Bay. You can do that today. You can literally do that today. If you want to proclaim and declare your nationality, guess what you got to do? You got to put your New Moorish appellation on the document, put your birth name in one location. You don't got to put it in all caps. That's the straw. Your mom didn't create you as a straw. They created you as a straw. They created the straw based on your name. So you don't have to put it in all capital letters. So if you were born Sharon Tracy Gale, you don't put Sharon Tracy Gale in all caps. You put Sharon Tracy Gale in proper English. They created the fraud. That is not you. That does not exist. You've been answering to that. That's been the problem. Right, family? So, you got the name corrections and proclamations. You print 2 copies. All you need is 2 copies on legal 8.5 by 14 paper. You sign in all the spots where it tells you to sign by reading the instructions. It tells you exactly what to do, family. Exactly. Sometimes we get so emotional and we don't read. We just do. We like to act. Sometimes we gotta slow down. Read the proclamation and the name correction. You should read that first. Get that into your mental. Start speaking to your spirit within, because it's talking to you all the time. You just don't listen to it. You listen to Rome because Rome taught you. So that's what you listen to. Listen to the spirit, family. So you're not required to show any identification to anybody. And the first thing you should always challenge is jurisdiction. Always. Okay, who gave you authority to pull me over? Who gave you the authority? And that's just an example. I ain't telling any of y'all to go out there and do this. And if you're not confident in your abilities, and if fear dwells within you, you gotta wait till it dissipates. And the only way you can remove fear within you is with knowledge. Only way it gets removed. Doesn't get removed any other way. Because the only reason it's there is because you lack it. Knowledge of the realities of the world. They have created this Hollywood to play on your mind and to get you to believe what they want you to believe. And you've been playing it, the family. I've been playing it. I no longer play Monopoly. No longer play it. Right? So we got to stop living in fear. We got to stop sitting here and thinking that sometimes we're not going to have to make some adjustments in our locomotion until we do make the proper steps in the liberation, right? We have to do this, family. I'm telling you this, right? You have the right to travel on your ancestral land without being violated by foreign colonists. They are ignorant. Some of them are not ignorant. Some of them are playing you. Some of them are doing all types of things. But do you think it's easier to want to walk alone than it is to walk with your family and your nation behind you? I think not. Right? Our rise, they fall. With all of the lies and falsehood, nationality is the order of the day. It's the only order of the day. It's the first order of the day. Because we erred first, family, by identifying as a brand. Because Louis Farrakhan told us to do it. Because Malcolm X told us to do it. Because Jesse James told us to do it. Because Martin told us to do it. Because Al Sharpton told us to do it. Because DMX told us to do it. Because Kendrick Lamar told us to do it. Because Hollywood told us to do it. Y'all get where I'm coming from? All these people told you to say, oh, I'm black and I'm proud, Black Panther. All this nonsense. Who determines who you are? Your mom do. So why the hell are you looking at all these people who are outside of you to tell you who you are? That's your first mistake. And get our babies out of these foreign colonial educational systems, because they're not teaching them knowledge. They're teaching the exact same thing that is wrong with our concepts. They thought they teach you 50 states. What they teach you 50 states are? New Jersey, Washington, all these different places, right? No, they're not. Those corporate. They taught you all corporate policy. That's it. That's the source of our issues, because when we think about how to fix our problems, all of the thought processes that we think about are corporate. And that's our first mistake. And just like how Shalea Moore at House of Reawakened Mind said, yeah, you're going literally into the fire to seek remedy, and you wonder why you're getting burnt. You're going to always get burnt in there. You're always going to get burnt in there. Right? So Asayin Tabajet Bay will be released momentarily, but it's going to take some time. And it's going to take some will, and it's going to take you not freaking out every time something happens, because that's what our people like to do. React instead of being proactive. So Light Tajiri Bey, which is the consul as well as the judge of the Moorish American Consulate, made a great post that I shared earlier today that I got from somebody else, but she was the person who posted it originally in March, on things that you are supposed to have on you at all times, especially when traveling. And like I say, one of those things was your Moorish American nationality documentation. If you don't have IDs right now, we have not started that process with the Moorish American Consulate, but there are other vendors you can get these IDs from. One of those are RV Bay Publications. Get the nationality identification card from RV Bay Publications. It's $50, 50 Federal Reserve notes. My correction, not $50, 50 Federal Reserve notes. Go get your ID there. You can go there for the PDF version or the Word version, so you can fill in your Moorish appellation and your names right there as well. Or you can send an email to Moorish American Consulate ne@gmail.com. But if you do it yourself, guess what? You do it so fast it don't even make sense. And then you send it in to be registered with the Moorish American Consulate. So we have a PDF version of your proclamations. So if you have any issues, we can stand and talk on your behalf, because you are a Moor and you are registered with your nation, right? So I say all this to say what? Stop getting in your root chakras and stop letting those black people on Facebook acting like they're Moors, but they're black because they haven't done any of the work, they haven't professed in their own right, and they haven't changed their appellation, and they haven't filled out the documentation. Because on social sites, people can be whoever they want. And the question is, why are you following people you've never met, who've never shown you their face, who's never shown you their face? How you believe in anything they say? You never seen them. Why would you even be following? That's like following, what's her name? Sophia, the AI, artificial intelligence. That's like following her and then wondering why you're on a concentration camp because you follow somebody that don't even exist. Right? So I said a lot here today. I came up here to nationalize folks, right? We sit here trying to make it easy for you, for our family. And I'm going to keep doing this until y'all get the point. Y'all got to get the point. This nation is us all. It's not any one person. It's us all. We all have to be heads. We all have to be heads, y'all. Not just one, not just two, all of us. So somebody post that coat, post the case. Don't make me go find it because I already know where it's at. Post the case. Post the case law that talks about you do not need, under Supreme law, you do not need, stare decisis case that says that you do not need identification. Identification is not an arrestable offense. So Asayim Tabajat Bey, Moorish American national in Morocco, got kidnapped by Maryland so-called troopers. He got kidnapped by corporate employees of the state of the corporate state of Maryland because he didn't have proper identification, none of which he needs, none of which is lawfully gives them the lawful jurisdiction over the body, the booty, and the prize. None of it. But we need to have this to show them in our persons, on our persons. We need to have it until we get to the point where we have put everybody on notice, and that's this week, y'all. We already working on, like I said, the signing was Friday. We already working on the documentation to put everybody on notice that when you see a Moor, or when you see Moorish plates or Moorish IDs, or if they profess from their mouth that they are Moorish American, you are to cease and desist. Cease and desist. They already know it. But like I tell you, when people have been frauding you their entire lives and everything that they've built is on that fraud, they are complicitly they are all in. They're all in. Just so y'all know, they're all in. They're not going to stand down until we have the U.S. Marshal, the Provost Marshals going to their homes, confiscating them, their property, their children, their whole family, and taking them and expatriating them because they're illegal immigrants. Just so you know, they're all illegal today. They're not here lawfully. Not one. Because guess who has to give them citizenship or subjectship? We do. And that subject status is completely tied to supreme laws of land. So if you violate supreme law of land, you lose your citizenship. And I'm using that word for clarity and overstanding because I know that's the word you like, but they're subject. If you don't have a nation or nationality, you're subject to the Moroccan Empire. They're going to get expatriated to Guam, Puerto Rico, or any other country that is willing to have them. And guess what? Not many want them. Everybody dumping them. Everybody is dumping them. So this is a last dance, just so y'all know. This is the only place that they can be before they become chattel property to whoever will have them. Because they have violated every oath, violated every treaty, and it's in-game time. So stop thinking that it's play time, y'all. It ain't play. It ain't for play right now. It's for true Moors who want to act like Moors and be victorious and be righteous and do and say what it is that they are meaning to say and not how they feel, family. Right? So what did I talk about here? Did anybody have a question? I want to go through questions because I talked a lot. You know I don't like to get on here and talk for like ever. I don't do that. I'm action. I'm action-oriented, babies. I'm not a talker. And if you're sending anything outside of Moorish American nationality to the Moorish American, to the Moorish American Consulate, ne@gmail.com, I am filing it. I'm only dealing with nationality right now because that is your first issue, status. So don't send me nothing else. I'm just telling you this right now. Don't send me nothing else because I am trying to nationalize my family outside of the corporate jurisdiction. That is what my job in the Northeast territory is. Okay? This ain't for play, y'all. I'm keep telling y'all, this ain't for play. This is for real Moors, competent Moors who want to free their people, their babies they see every day, the babies they kiss every day. That's what it's about. So if you can't do it for your family, do it for your babies. Do it for the ones who need you, who depend on you, who rely on you, right? They don't have anybody else, right? I was at the supermarket the other day. I'm gonna be honest. I wanted to tape it, but I just didn't do it. I was at the supermarket the other day, and there were two Albion women. They were gay, raising a little Asiatic boy. Yes, he was a boy. He was in a cart. One of the mothers was pushing it, I guess the female version, and then the butch one was walking around getting stuff in the supermarket, and the baby was in the carrier. I don't even want to tell you what that did to my heart. The fact that a lot of you have misconceptions about family, nation, is because they have muddied the water, right? It's time for us to clear and clean up the water. But in order for us to clear and clean up the water, we got to clear and clean up our concepts and get ourselves reconnected with our divine and with our ancestry. So we have a fighting chance. So you have a fighting chance. So I have a fighting chance. Islam? I'm going to do a live to show you how to fill out the forms. I don't want you to wait for me. I'm telling you, family, I want you to get this shit done. I want it done, okay? I want it done because I need to move to the next phase. We need to move to trust. And I need consoles to do some work. So I need to create some consoles. In order for me to have consoles, you got to get the 108s. You got to get stuff done. And I got to see your character. And always remember, you are always on an interview. So everybody that's on social media thinking that they hid hiding under their avatars, and they're going to come to the Moorish American consulate talking about they somebody else, and you've been posting all types of hateration on social media. All right, just know, you are never not being interviewed. You're always ever so present on interviews. And you think your avatars hide you, they don't hide you. They don't hide you. And if you, all I know is the avatar, and I go to your Facebook page and I look at your pictures and I don't see no pictures of you, you don't exist to me until I see you or I talk to you. So I might call you randomly. I might call somebody who needs their, just to talk to you. Then I'm gonna do it on face call. I'm gonna do a face call because I want to see your face. I want to see who I'm talking to. Right? So I say all this stuff because I love y'all, family, and y'all gotta stop acting crazy. This ain't for play. I'll keep saying this ain't for play because I'm trying to make it fun. I'm trying to make it funny, right? So some new processes are going to come down this week for everybody who has nationality documentation. Get a legal size binder. Get the laminated sheets or the page protectors all in legal, and have a binder in your mode of conveyance on you at all times, which has your nationality documentation in it, right? And then we're going to have a travel binder that's not going to be that long because it ain't really that difficult, y'all. It really not. Highwaymen only can pull over corporate bodies. That's part of the plate issue. They think the plate gives them jurisdiction. It don't. And the only person that can articulate that is you, family. You know the plate don't give jurisdiction. What gives jurisdiction is what? Me submitting to it. And that even doesn't even give jurisdiction. Just so you know. I'm telling you. Once, if you've already completed your nationality, you should be working on the wise, concise, trusty handbook. It got a wealth of information, and I'm going to do some information, some study on it for you because you need it. I don't want to do it because I don't have time. I need more consoles. I got so much work to do. I need consoles, y'all. I need a talented 9 because I love the number 9. I need 9 consoles for the Northeastern Division who get commissioned. So I can have you doing all of this work because I have other work to do. Like international work to do. But I need people to keep our people doing what they're supposed to be doing. Acting the way they're supposed to be acting. Not acting, but being themselves. And standing on the supreme law of the land. You got to stand on it. You got to like this little, I don't want to show you it again, but you got to stand on law, y'all. You got to stand, like you always playing chess. You ain't never playing checkers. And the moment you start playing checkers, you done already lost. Because what happens in checkers? One person jumps over the other person jumps on the other person, You're just always jumping on each other. You're playing chess, you're always playing chess. You need to learn how to play it. And that's how you learn how to play it. Nationality is first, law second, and you get it all right. I talk fast because this ain't hard and complex, family. It's not complex, it's quite easy. It's quite simple. Codes and everybody try to do all these little processes to come up with these accounts. Your error. You own everything, Moors. The Moors own everything. You are wealthy and rich. You are wealthy and rich. And if you want any part of that estate, you got to be yourself. You got to unify. And that is what the Moorish American Consulate is teaching you to be, yourself. So I'm about to get off of this because I've been here like all day. Felt like I've been here all day. I don't know how long I've been on social media, but I hope y'all been sharing this. And help your families nationalize. If you're nationalized and your family is needing nationality, you can help that. But like I say, later on today or maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow when I come up, same time, same place, I'll have the documents. The documents are on the Northeastern Divisional site group in Facebook. So they're right there. All you gotta go is to the file section, and the name, declaration, and proclamations are right there in PDF form. They might be in Word form too, I'm not sure. I had to go check. But we have put it everywhere for you, family, so you don't have to ask. But if you still need to ask, we don't have no mind talking to you because we know that the educational system done did a bang-up job not necessarily educating anybody. Why? I could go on forever, family. I love y'all. I'm going to just sit here for a couple minutes in idle peace and quiet before I go back to work and just reflect. And like I said, I'll be here tomorrow. And then eventually, Moors is going to come down here to get nationalized. I know it's going to take a minute for our people. And a lot of our people dwell in fear. And they try to lie and act like that's not where they dwell. And that's exactly where you dwell. So Islam, I love you as well. Peace and love. And y'all have a great, great moon day, Monday. Peace and love, family.